County has so far spent his whole life on a chain, a very short one, only 1.5 meters long. If you're interested in hearing the rest of his story, continue watching. Hello everyone, I'm Katarina. Welcome to this video. And as always, it's about dog rescue. Through my work with dog rescue, I meet a lot of different veterinarians. And one of these veterinarians sent me a video in January this year. It was a video showing two dogs on very short chains. They had a little house to go into each, and they also had a little place for water. The place they were in was probably 1.5 meters, and it was really dirty and it was really bad. When I saw this video, my heart broke. And of course, this vet, she asked for help if we could help these dogs. At the moment, the shelter were completely full. It was completely full. And I kept on looking at this video and it just broke my heart. It broke my heart. And after a couple of days, I said, well, if you can get the dogs off the owner, if they want to surrender them, I'll take them home. Just as a foster until we have space in one of the shelters. After a couple of more days, this little boy, County, that you can see here on my lap, the owner actually agreed to surrender him. He went directly to the vets, and when they started to take off his collar, they noticed that the collar had grown into his skin, so it was completely stuck. Can you imagine being on a chain in the same color for so long, almost 2 years, that it grows into your skin? They had to pull the collar off him. It was stuck in the skin and left a big wound. And also the skin and fur and everything around it had started to grow up around the collar, which meant that there were a deformity on his neck. Directly after being done at the vet's, he came to my house. He stayed with me for a couple of weeks, and then there was space in the shelter, so he could go to the shelter. During those weeks, we had to go very, very slowly. He was a very, very scared boy. He had this wound on his neck, which we treated. He also got castrated, so we kept track of that as well. And when he was at the vet, it turned out that he is positive for heartworm, filaria. That's a really common thing here in the Canary Islands. A lot of the dogs get heartworm, and if not treated and if not spotted, it will eventually kill the dog. There is treatment for it, so thank God, County is still young, so he's not badly affected by it yet, so he will get treatment. And it's so sad, this thing about the filaria, because one little thing, you give them preventive medicine every month, or you give them an injection that lasts for a whole year, and they are protected. Just like we do against fleas, against worms, normal worms in the intestines. You can so easily prevent it by just protecting them. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't do that here. And a lot of dogs are affected by filaria, heartworm. So he was at my house. We had to go super, super slow. Little by little, every day, he started to trust me more. I was able to touch him. I could cuddle with him. And I also had my three dogs at home, of course, and it went really well with them and him together. So I think he had a lot of support from them as well, starting to feel that it's okay to be loose, you don't have to be on a chain, you can actually move around. And he started to relax little by little. After a couple of weeks with me, there was space in the shelter. And I wanted him to go back because when the dogs are in the shelter, County is not a big dog. He's quite small. I'm guessing he's like around 12, 15 kilos. And most dogs in that size or smaller get adopted quite quickly because it's just easier for smaller dogs to get adopted. So I wanted him to come back to the shelter or go to the shelter as quickly as possible because when the dogs are in the shelter, they have a bigger opportunity to actually get adopted because a lot of people come and see the dogs, come and watch, come and search for a dog to adopt. And if the dogs are there, a lot of the times they then get adopted. He is still a little bit scared for new noises, new people, things like this, so he needs a little bit of time. But he's a very, very happy dog. He's young, he's happy, he loves the other young, small dogs, and he plays with them a lot. So hopefully, he will get adopted soon. So the big wound that he had when he came is no more. It has completely healed. You can see down here that it's now skin instead of a big wound. But unfortunately, the the deformity here on the neck will stay. He has a big lump here, he has a big lump here, and this is where the color used to go. I think this will stay there for the rest of his life.